What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. We have an update on Robin Tilbrook's attempts to force the government to get Brexit done the right way. As most of you will know by now, the judge, Lord Hickinbottom, has dismissed Robin's case, claiming it was totally without merit, therefore preventing them from even hearing the application, which, as Robin states, is likely based on the guy's politics, not the legal arguments being put forward. But let's be honest, them being biased likely surprises no one. Robin posted on his blog about it, including some information on the judge last night, so let's have a look at that. It would seem Hickinbottom is a fellow of the European Law Institute, who have the core objective to further the development of EU legal policies and practices, current EU laws, and to make proposals that would further enhance EU law implementation by member states. So he's about as impartial as the Liberal Democrats or Nicola Fishlip Sturgeon when it comes to Brexit. It seems this judge, like many in the civil service, are politically motivated and will disregard a legal argument on that basis, especially when it involves Brexit. Of course, as many of you will already know, I expected this to happen, since it fits the theme of the current times we live in and the fact it was calling out the government. They are always going to find a way out of it. It's what they do. When do you hear a government admit their mistakes or own up to what they've done wrong? You don't. They are like the mainstream media. They don't take the blame. They lay it on Brexiteers, the far right, Tommy Robinson, China, Russia, or anyone else when something goes wrong. The judge was never going to side with Brexit at the end of the day. If it was a Remain case like the Gina Miller one in 2017, they would have been all over it like a fly around shit. Luckily, there is still a glimmer of hope though, since Robin Tilbrook plans to take this over to the European Convention on Human Rights, which is not an EU court, but one that can look into the decisions to see if the court's ruling is politically motivated and therefore breaches human rights law. With all of that said though, the main reason I'm actually making this video is because Robin Tilbrook has announced another Article 50 case yesterday, making it the second case against the government regarding Article 50 that he has begun legal proceedings on. So let's take a look at what he posted on his blog about that. The post itself is titled, Second Article 50 Case. I set out below the letter which I have sent starting the legal process to bring about the second Article 50 case. The aim of this case is to box the UK government into a no-deal Brexit. If the required undertakings are given, then they will have legal force. If they are not given, then we will know that Boris intends to stitch us all up with a version of the terrible Maybot deal. So it would seem Robin is trying to force Boris Johnson to show his hand regarding Brexit. This action is aimed at preventing Boris Johnson extending Article 50, of course, because we all want Brexit now and it needs to be delivered, and we all know what Maybot did. Every Brexiteer's biggest fear right now is what Boris plans to do. No one, not even Remainers, wants the Maybot deal or some reworded version of it. I mean, let's be real, for him to come back with a deal that is going to be considered acceptable by everyone, it's going to need to be the mother of all deals the world has never seen before. It needs to be a free trade deal on goods, nothing more, no politics, no law, no free movement. In the event of a WTO Brexit, they would have to pay around $550 billion a year in tariffs. Trading with us on WTO terms, of course. We would only have to pay them 50 or so billion a year if memory serves. Why are we giving them 39 billion for anything? They should give us a couple of $100 billion to do a free trade with them and be begging for it to be done. Now, Robin also included the letter he sent starting this legal process for the second case, so I will go over that now and give you my thoughts after it. Okay, the letter reads, Matter. In the matter of a further judicial review on the legal basis of Brexit. Letter before claim. This letter is drafted under the Judicial Review Protocol in Section C of the White Book, which provides for a response within 14 days. Number 1. Respondent. Our clients identify two defendants, the Prime Minister, or if necessary, the First Lord of the Treasury, as the person with overall responsibility for Brexit policy and the Secretary of State for exiting the European Union. 2. Applicant. The English Democrats, registration number 6132268, of Quires Green, Willingale, Ongar, Essex, for and on behalf of the 15,188,406 voters in England who voted to leave the European Union in the June 23, 2016 referendum. 3. The details of the applicant's legal advisors, if any, dealing with this claim. Tilbrook solicitors of Quires Green, Willingale, Ongar, Essex. 4. The details of the matters being challenged. Any further purported non-statutory extension or revocation of the United Kingdom's notification to leave the European Union given under Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty. 5. The details of any interested parties. every person in England, and in particular the 15,188,406 voters in England who voted to leave the European Union in the 2016 referendum. Number 6. The issues. Following the judgments of the High Court, of the Court of Appeal and of the Supreme Court in R on the application of Miller and another versus Secretary of State for exiting the European Union 2017 UKS C5 and the consequent enactment of the European Union Notification of Withdrawal Act 2017. There is no discretionary prerogative power vested in Her Majesty's Government to agree any extension to the Article 50 notice or to revoke the said notice without a further express Act of Parliament to authorise such extension or revocation. Accordingly, any further purported extension or revocation are also void and of no effect. Number 7. The details of the action that the defendant is required to take. What is sought from the respondents is 1. An undertaking that there will be no further attempts to purport to vary the notice given under the said EU Notification of Withdrawal Act 2017, except pursuant to an express Act of Parliament, and 2. The formal admission that the government admits that any such purported extension of the notice period or revocation would be legally invalid, and 3. A formal admission that in the absence of any further statute that the UK's departure from the European Union shall go ahead as currently notified on the 31st of October 2019. Number 8. ADR proposals is NA. 9. The details of any information sought not applicable. 10. The details of any documents that are considered relevant and not necessary is once again unapplicable or not applicable. The address for reply and services of all documents is the Tilbrook Solicitor's Office, I've already said about already. 12. Proposed reply date 14 days from the date hereof. Yours faithfully, Tilbrooks. Well, as you all know, I'm not a lawyer, but from that I can take that Robin is once again trying to make sure the government, or any Remoaners for that fact, can't stop Brexit by ensuring Article 50 cannot be revoked, and that the October 31st deadline is carved in stone because the government lacks the power to extend Article 50 without an Act of Parliament. I mean, let's just hope Boris takes us out on WTO terms, or the highly unlikely but well-deserved free trade deal I said about earlier that makes the EU pay us money and become our vassal state. Of course, I'm joking, I don't want the EU as a vassal state. We got enough corrupt politicians here, we don't need any more. We would take a good free trade deal that benefited us though. If not, we will take the world's trade deal and make some money from the EU in tariffs. It makes no never mind to us. Hopefully the true Brexiteers in Parliament can just get us over the line with a real Brexit. But Robin Tilbrook's new case should let us know if Boris is going to backtrack and betray us like the Maybot government did, or if he intends to actually take us out. Hopefully, like I said, Boris can get us out on WTO terms, but it's good to know people with legal knowledge are fighting Brexit's corner like Robin is. Well, I'm going to end the video there, guys. I just want to say a big thanks to all my PayPal, Patreon and Subscribestar members for supporting the channel, along with everyone who watches my videos. Remember to let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below as always. Leave a like, subscribe with the notification bell and share this video as it helps the channel a lot. And I will see you all in the next one.